7:02.
7:02 p.m. First item is a roll call.
Trustee LaRosa?
Present.
Trustee Bischke?
Present.
Trustee Madej?
Present.
Trustee Sullivan?
Present.
Trustee Clare?
Present.
Trustee Patel?
Present.
President Daley?
Present. All present and accounted for. Thank you. I'd like us all to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, if you wouldn't mind, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Next item is the approval of minutes from November 11, 2025. Any questions, comments?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the approval of the minutes from November 11, 2025, public hearing, Special Service Area 1.
Move to approve as presented. Second.
Motion and a second to approve as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the approval of minutes from November 11, 2025. It's a public hearing for the proposed 390 Gateway Logistics Tax Increment Financing District.
Move to approve as presented. Second.
Motion and a second to approve as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. And then one more. We have the minutes from November 11th, 2025. Look for a motion to approve. This is the executive
Move
session.
to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve these minutes. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. That is all for the minutes. Then we have approval of expenditures for $14,282,951.07.
Move to approve as presented.
Second.
Motion and second to approve as presented. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee LaRosa?
Aye.
Trustee Bischke?
Aye.
Trustee Madej?
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan?
Aye.
Trustee Clare?
Aye.
Trustee Patel?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. Motion carries. Thank you. Now a little bit of fun. We have presentations, and this is first one's a presentation of a 25-year service award to Karen McCarthy. Is she
I
here?
don't see her.
No, I didn't see Karen. So we'll see if maybe who knows, maybe out in the street, out of the police department. We'll come back to that one then. Next is a presentation of a service plaque for 30 years of service to Robert Mamrot. Please come forward from Division Supervisor. It doesn't say it on the agenda, but obviously Engineering of Public Works. Okay. I assume you were probably out helping this weekend? Yeah. Yeah, a long week, I'm sure. So let me get the right one here. Which one I got here? Nope. No, must be this one here. Okay, you get the box. Yes, that's right. Okay. So, all right, I'm going to unpackage this here. Let me get this stuff all taped up here. Okay. All right, so we have a nice plaque here. If I may, I'm going to take a minute to read this. To Robert, are you pronounced? Mamrot. Division Supervisor, doesn't say Public Works, but it should, in recognition of your 30 years of dedicated service to the Village of Schaumburg, 1995 to 2025. Long time. You've seen a lot of changes here. In grateful appreciation from the Village President, Village Board, Village Clerk, and the staff of the Village of Schaumburg. Congratulations. Okay, so we have this
You're right.
package.
Thank you.
There's this to go
Congratulations.
with it. It's not an envelope, but it works. Yeah, it's about to say. Good luck. Perfect time for Christmas.
Congrats.
Okay, thank you. And then we have a 35-year service award to Ann Famartino. Famartino, okay, thank you. All right. You have a big fan club here. Holy cow, okay.
Got your fan
Customer
club.
service representative here. Okay, oh, this one, I got the right one here. So, all right, so if I may, this is a certificate of appreciation for your customer service representative for 35 years of dedicated service to the village of Schaumburg, 1990. So you and I are almost about the same. I came on in '89, was the first, when I first started, was my first round, go around on the board. So we're about the same, so we've kind of aged together here.
Seen a lot of change.
Yes, we have, yeah, there's still more. You're not retiring, are you?
Okay.
Not yet, okay, all right, so you'll be around with us then for the move into the new building?
Oh, well, I'm at home now.
Oh, you're at home, okay, all right, well, that's even better then, right? Okay, all right, so we're gonna get some pictures here, if that's all right. You can come, if you need to come closer, that's fine too, all right? Okay, here, let me give this to you, if I may, all right? Shake that, right, okay. All right,
Thank you very much.
very good, and you need this one too.
All right.
Don't lose that.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Okay, and the fan club is welcome to stay, or you want to leave, that's fine too, it's up to you. Moving on to liquor license requests, we have a request from Miss Jessica Fisher, Comstock, for one Class S liquor license for Casey's Retail Company located at 1601 East Algonquin Road, new license. Anyone there from that? Ah, okay, please come forward. Okay, why don't you tell us, Casey's Retail, is that a gas station?
Casey's, yeah.
Yes, that's what I thought. Okay. So this is a new license, but it's not a new business there, right?
No, we're rebuilding, so it was a
Okay.
Buc-ee's prior to.
Yes, okay, over there by Thoreau Drive.
Yep.
Right, okay. Any plans, you're obviously rebuilding, we've seen that, it's come before us on that. Any questions from the board? No? Okay, then you will need to come to the liquor license commissioner's office, which is also the mayor's office, on the 4th floor during normal business hours. Complete paperwork. There is a fee to be paid and background check, and once all that's done and completed, a license will be issued.
Okay,
Okay, thank you very much.
thank you.
Next is a request from Mr. Michael Blankenship, if I pronounce that correctly, for one Class A liquor license for Andretti Indoor Karting and Games, located at, well, we know where it's located, 1441 North Thoreau Drive. We're all dying for this business to open, so.
I'm glad to hear.
Yes, we're hearing like end of March, 1st of April type of timeframe, so.
That is correct.
Very exciting, though. We've watched it.
Come up right
Going
next to the
up,
parking
yeah,
garage.
you know, I think everybody in the community has been watching this thing go up, so.
Good.
Any rate, tell us a little bit about the purpose of the license and what you're intending to use it for.
Yep. So at Andretti, we have a full-service kitchen with dine-in seating and 2 bars. Essentially, it would be for the bar areas, the liquor license.
Okay. And so, besides the go-karting, there is
We have,
restaurant, you have some games, and we're talking video-type games, right?
that is correct.
Yeah.
So we have the multi-level go-karting. We have laser tag, dark ride, virtual reality, Brunswick bowling, and then arcade games and VR games.
Okay.
Correct.
Lots of good stuff.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
it is.
lots of fun things. And I assume there'll be parties can take place? You know,
Correct.
People will be able to come in and do parties there.
Yes, there are 6 event spaces upstairs.
Okay. Out of curiosity, how many, what number will this be in the opening of these businesses? Because I've been kind of watching, and it seems like they're opening every few months.
Correct. So this Schaumburg will be the 14th operating venue for Andretti
Okay.
and the first one in the state of Illinois.
Wow, okay. So, huge fan going back to Mario.
Yes.
Watched him drive, watched him crash at times. up in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Where he used to race up there at Road America, and then I watched him and his son, Michael, racing up there multiple times, and then Marco racing, so.
Correct.
The
The whole
family's got
family.
obviously a long history, but we're glad to see it opening here, and so very exciting. Questions, comments from, yes, trustee Madey?
So I guess this is, my understanding is this is the only place in Schaumburg you can drink and drive.
Yes, we definitely, safety top priority, but yes, correct.
I don't have any questions.
Okay. Other questions, comments? Okay, same thing. You will need to go to the liquor license commissioner's office, which is also the mayor's office on the 4th floor during normal business days, complete the paperwork, pay a fee. There's a background check that's done, and once all that's done and completed, then a liquor license will be issued. So.
Appreciate it very
Thank you
much.
very much. You're welcome to
Thank
stay
you.
or leave, so.
Sounds good.
Okay. Next is a request from Ms. Kumi Shelton for one Class A liquor license for Skylark USA, DBA Shabu U, located at 1180 North Plaza Drive. New owner. Good evening. How are you?
Nice having, nice meeting you.
Okay, nice seeing both of you.
Oh, sorry.
You're here supporting him?
Yes.
Okay,
emotional,
all right.
everything.
Okay, yes, okay. All right, so why don't you tell us it's the same, you having the same type of function at this location?
私に説明してください。どういったビジネスの展開をしてますかっていうことを説明してください。
日本のしゃぶしゃぶ、ジャパニーズホットボットのレストランを運営しています。
So our business is basically like a Japanese style hot pot.
Right.
And we just had the restaurant 4 years ago, and I took this place as a CEO. So, and other locations in Naperville. So basically, the Japanese, all you can eat buffet style hot pot.
Okay, so that, the operation basically has not changed? Okay, and this Shabu Yu is the, correct me if I'm wrong, the largest chain in Japan?
Skylark.
日本で
Or
大きなチェーン店でございますかって聞いてます。
はい、300店展開しています。
Yes, huge in Japan.
Yes.
300, stores in Japan.
Wow, okay. Well, we're very honored to have you here, so thank you. Questions, other questions, comments from the board?
You know, just look forward to it.
Yeah,
楽しみにしております。
okay.
Thank you.
All right, same thing, so if you would, translate that back, that he will need to come to the liquor commissioner's office, the mayor's office on the 4th floor, fill out the paperwork, pay the fee, background check, et cetera, and then the license will be issued. You can obviously stay in operation until that process is done, so.
Don't mind asking how long will it take?
Typically, I mean, it can take anywhere from just a few weeks to, a month or so or whatever, so, but not to worry, the business, we allow businesses to remain in operation during that time period. Okay? Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Item D, I believe, has been being deferred for this evening. That's not going forward at this point. Consent agenda. The consent agenda will be read in its entirety, voted on in one motion to approve. If you wish to discuss an item further, please indicate that when the item is read by the village clerk so that it be removed from the consent agenda to discuss further under committee reports. Otherwise, all items will be approved as presented on the consent agenda in one motion. Will the clerk please read the consent agenda?
Number 9, Finance, Legal, and General Government Committee. A, the motion would be to approve the Finance Department monthly report for October 2025. B, the motion would be to accept the 2025 Septemberfest final report. C, the motion would be to approve membership in the Illinois Municipal League and that membership dues in the amount of $5,000 be paid. D, the motion would be to adopt an ordinance approving a TIF redevelopment agreement between the Village of Schaumburg and LPC Acquisition Company, LLC, and authorize the execution of the TIF redevelopment agreement by the village manager and village clerk. E, the motion would be to approve a Class B6 tax incentive for LPC Acquisition Company, LLC on Long Avenue and approve the required resolution. F, The motion would be to approve the TIF term sheet regarding the preparation of a TIF redevelopment agreement between the Village of Schaumburg and Nitty Group LLC and authorize execution of the TIF term sheet by the village manager and village clerk and approve the required resolution. G, the motion would be to approve authorizing a Class 7B property tax incentive for BN Estate LLC at 1821 West Irving Park Road and approve the required resolution. H, the motion would be to adopt an ordinance authorizing the village manager and village clerk to execute the Fourth Amendment to the redevelopment agreement between the Village of Schaumburg, Tough Properties LLC, and Tough Partners LLC for the Town Center at Viridian Development. I, the motion would be to adopt an ordinance authorizing the village manager and village clerk to execute the Second Amendment to the redevelopment agreement between the Village of Schaumburg and Tough Partners LLC and DST Viridian LLC and DST Commercial LLC and DST Retail LLC for the district at Viridian Development Phase 1. J, the motion would be to adopt an ordinance making a Second Amendment to the fiscal year 2025 budget. Number 10, Health and Human Services Committee. A, the motion would be to approve the 2024 CDBG Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report, CAPER, and direct staff to prepare the submittal to the U.S. Government Housing and Urban Development, HUD. 11, Public Safety Committee. The motion would be to authorize the village manager and village clerk to execute an agreement for the implementation of a pilot drone as a first responder program with Motorola Solutions of Chicago, Illinois, and approve the required resolution. B, the motion would be to approve an intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Schaumburg and the Schaumburg Township District Library and approve the required resolution. 12, Transportation Committee. The motion would be to authorize the village manager and village clerk to execute an agreement with Civil Tech Engineering, Inc. of Itasca, Illinois, for Phase 1 preliminary engineering services for Higgins Road, Illinois 72, bike path improvements, Roselle Road to Glen Lake Road in the amount of $427,378.89, and approve the required resolution. B, the motion would be to authorize the village manager and village clerk to execute a service agreement with PACE, the Suburban Bus Division of the Regional Transportation Authority, for Route 905 for an amount not to exceed $401,314.51, and approve the required resolution. C, the motion would be to direct staff to implement the DART service area expansion. D, the motion would be to authorize the village president and village clerk to execute an intergovernmental agreement relating the O'Hare Noise Compatibility Commission and approve the required resolution. 13, Plan Commission. A, the motion would be to approve a variation to allow a patio in the side yard for Porter residents, 33 Wareham Lane. 14, Zoning Board of Appeals. A, the motion would be to approve a special use for a pickleball facility for Dill Dinkers, 895 American Lane. B, the motion would be to approve a special use for a health recreation facility, site plan amendment, and sign variations for Golden Corridor YMCA, 101 Barrington Road. C, the motion would be to approve a plat of subdivision and consolidation, plat of subdivision and consolidation, plat of easement, site plan amendment, variations, landscaping, parking, setback, and fence for Experior Transport LLC, 1001 Irving Park Road. D, the motion would be to approve a plat of annexation, plat of consolidation, plat of vacation, plat of dedication, plat of easement, rezoned from A agricultural to M1 manufacturing upon annexation, site plan approval, variations, landscape, parking setback, building height, sign, and fence for Long Avenue Development, 1001 Irving Park Road. 15, award of bid. The motion would be to award the bid for the sanitary and storm sewer televising and cleaning services to National Power Rodding Corporation of Chicago, Illinois, in the amount of $144,577.50. Resolutions. 16. A, the motion would be to adopt as resolution number R-25-072, approving and authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Schaumburg and the Schaumburg Township District Library. B, the motion would be to adopt as resolution number R-25-073, approving a products agreement between the Village of Schaumburg and Motorola Solutions, Inc. for the installation, maintenance, and use of a drone as first responder program for the Village of Schaumburg Police Department. C, the motion would be to adopt as resolution number R-25-074, approving and authorizing a 6B classification for Long Avenue, Schaumburg, Illinois, LPC Acquisition Company, LLC. D, the motion would be to adopt as resolution number R-25-075, authorizing the village manager and village clerk to execute a term sheet between the Village of Schaumburg and Nitty Group, LLC. E, the motion would be to adopt as resolution number R-25-076, designating an area in the Village of Schaumburg, Cook County, Illinois, consisting of property index number 07-32-100-30-0000 as a blighted area. F, the motion would be to adopt as resolution number R-25-077, approving and authorizing a 7B classification for 1821 West Irving Park Road, Schaumburg, Illinois, BN Estate, LLC. G, the motion would be to adopt as resolution number R-25-078, authorizing the village manager and village clerk to execute an agreement with Civil Tech Engineering, Inc. of Itasca, Illinois, for Phase 1 preliminary engineering services for Higgins Road, Illinois 72, bike path improvements, Roselle Road to Glen Lake Road in the amount of $427,378.89. H, the motion would be to adopt as resolution number R-25-079, authorizing the village president to execute a service agreement with PACE for Route 905. I, the motion would be to adopt as resolution number R-25-080, authorizing the village president and village clerk to execute an intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Schaumburg and the O'Hare Noise Compatibility Commission for reaffirming participation effective January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2030. 17, ordinances. The motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-101, authorizing the levy and collection of taxes for the corporate and municipal purposes of the Village of Schaumburg for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2025 and ending April 30th, 2026. B, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-102, authorizing the levy and collection of taxes for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2025 and ending April 30th, 2026 in Special Service Area Number 16 in the Village of Schaumburg. C, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-103, correcting a scrivener's error in ordinance number 25-066, adopted July 8th, 2025, amending section 154.128D1 of the Schaumburg Village Code, electrical vehicle parking requirements. D, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-104, establishing the Village of Schaumburg Development Special Service Area 18, Wise Commons Residential Subdivision in the Village of Schaumburg, Cook, and DuPage County, Illinois. E, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-105, granting a variation to allow a patio on the side yard of Porter Residence, 33 Wareham Lane. F, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-106, authorizing a redevelopment agreement by and between the Village of Schaumburg, Cook, and DuPage County, Illinois, in an Illinois corporation and LPC Acquisition Company, LLC, and Illinois Limited Liability Company. G, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-107, authorizing a Fourth Amendment to the redevelopment agreement for the Town Center at Viridian Development, comprising a part of the North Schaumburg TIF District of the Village of Schaumburg, Illinois. H, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-108, authorizing a Second Amendment to the redevelopment agreement for the district at Viridian Phase 1, comprising a part of the North Schaumburg TIF District of the Village of Schaumburg, Illinois. I, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-109, making a Second Amendment to the annual budget for the Village of Schaumburg for fiscal year commencing May 1st, 2025 and ending April 30th, 2026. J, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-110, correcting a scrivener's error in ordinance number 17-070, adopted July 26, 2017, amending chapter 154 of the Schaumburg Village Code. K, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-011, granting a special use for a pickleball facility for Dill Dinkers, 895 American Lane. L, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-112, granting a special use for a health recreation facility, site plan amendment, sign variations for Golden Corridor, YMCA 101 Barrington Road. The motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-113, granting a plat of easement, site plan amendment, variations, landscape, parking, setback, and fence for Experia Transport LLC, 1001 West Irving Park Road. And the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-114, granting a plat of annexation, plat of consolidation, plat of vacation, plat of easement, rezone from A agricultural to M1 manufacturing upon annexation, site plan approval, variations, landscaping, parking setback, building height, sign and fence for Long Avenue development located at 1001 West Irving Park Road. Oh, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-115, annexing certain real property into the Village of Schaumburg pursuant to 65 ILCS 5/7-1-1 Long Avenue properties. P, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-116, designating the Village of Schaumburg 390 Gateway Logistics Tax Increment Financing District Redevelopment Project Area. Q, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-117, approving the Village of Schaumburg 390 Gateway Logistics Tax Increment Financing District Redevelopment Project Area Redevelopment Plan and Project. R, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 25-118, adopting a tax increment allocating financing for the 390 Gateway Logistics Tax Increment Financing District in the Village of Schaumburg, Illinois. That concludes the consent agenda.
Thank you. Look for a motion to approve the consent agenda has been read.
So moved.
Second.
So a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda is read. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee LaRosa.
Aye.
Trustee Bischke.
Aye.
Trustee Madej.
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan.
Aye.
Trustee Clare.
Aye.
Trustee Patel.
Aye.
All ayes, no nays, motion carries. Next item is committee reports, of which we have none for this evening. Comments from the public is an opportunity to come forth before the village board for items that are pertinent towards the village board. We ask that you give your name, address for the record, and keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. Council report.
The only thing I have, Mayor, is to remind everyone we do have need for a
Executive
closed
session.
session
Okay.
today for a discussion of collective bargaining as well as acquisition of real property by the municipality. We will not be taking action after that, but we'll be adjourning from the closed session.
Okay. Thank you. I'll read that at the appropriate time. Anything else?
Nothing else, Mayor. Thank
Okay. President's report. I do have one item. You have received a memo from me regarding the appointments of individuals, and I'll read those. We have 2 to the Blood Program Committee. Their terms are ending April 30th, 2026. Regis O'Rourke Jr., Cheryl Tigerman Reinwall. Cultural Commission, also term ending April 30th, 2026, Michael Mock. And Septemberfest Committee, term ending April 30th, 2026, Olivia Fulini. Does that sound right? And Eric Ingleson, who will serve as sponsorship and marketing co-chair. Questions?
Move to approve. Second.
Thank you. A motion and a second to approve those appointments. That's all. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. This is our only meeting for December, so I do want to wish you a happy holidays. If you're traveling for holidays for Christmas or New Year's or whatever, just for fun, hopefully you'll have a safe trip and come back to us safely. And other than that, goodwill to all men.
And women.
Okay. Manager's report.
I have no report this evening.
Okay. Trustee comments and mentions? Anyone? No. Okay. We need a motion to adjourn into executive session in accordance with Section 2, subsection C5 of the Open Meetings Act, land acquisition for the purpose of purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired. And item B, which is also executive session in accordance with Section 2, subsection C2 of the Open Meetings Act, collective bargaining for the purpose of collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees.
So
And we will
moved.
not be
Second.
returning. So motion and a second to adjourn into executive session. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee LaRosa?
Aye.
Trustee Bieshke?
Aye.
Trustee Madey?
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan?
Aye.
Trustee Clare?
Aye.
Trustee Patel?
6 ayes, no nays. Thank you very much. We'll be going across the hallway soon.